had brought up potentially looking at Loom, Loom, and how you can utilize that in your investment or real estate business. So we'll kind of go over that. And then just in general, just like video 101, even if it's, you're a real estate agent or you're an investor, I think the highest ROI and getting the most offers and getting the most traction on either your listings or how you document your project is video. So I wanted to just kind of really deep dive into video today. And I think with all of this, right, it's showing you the multiple ways of looking at video. So I'm going to show you from a real estate perspective 4 different types of multimedia that go with a listing. And even if you FSBO as an investor, I'd highly suggest doing these things in order to get the most offers, especially because we have a lot of out-of-state money coming here with limited inventory. So, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So give me 1 second as I pull up this. Who is the best person to do this with? Goals. All right, come on.
How about as Dan's setting up, Chad, you tell us a little bit more about it yourself, or we all introduce ourselves because I came on late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am I'm doing wholesaling here in Southern Oregon. I currently have a 6-plex and a 12-unit apartment complex under contract that I'm looking to wholesale, and I have a single-family home as well.
Nice.
Say it again. You have a 6-plex.
A 12-unit apartment complex. It's actually 13 because they actually split one of the units in half because it had 2 bathrooms. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and now they've made it 1 bedroom, 1 bath. So there's actually 13 leases.
And okay, 6-plex, 12-unit apartment, and did you say
a single family?
An SFR. Are they all from this? Are they the same deal, or are you holding some of those?
They're all separate deals, separate owners.
Nice.
And you're wholesaling all of them.
Yeah, so I have them. Yeah, I'm wholesaling all of them.
Wow.
I gave you my email. Hit me up.
Okay.
Yeah, between myself, Grace, and Brad, and anybody else in here, we have a lot of, if we don't buy it, we have a lot of cash buyers that buy apartment complexes.
Okay.
Can you tell us about who wants to hear about the deal? Anybody here want to hear about the deals?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Let's hear about the big apartments.
Yeah.
Can you tell us from, you don't have to tell us how you got them or anything like that, but can you tell us what their current net operating income is? And if you have caps and all the leases and due diligence?
And if any of them are seller financeable.
Yeah. The 6-plex is eligible for seller financing with $250K down.
Okay.
Let me pull up everything on this other machine while we're. So I know the 6-plex has okay, let me just pull this up so I say the right numbers.
Yeah.
Sorry to put you on the spot like this, but this is your biz.
Yeah, that's fine.
And-
Okay, so yeah, on the sixplex has an NOI of 32K annual.
Okay.
Some of the rents are under market.
I was gonna say that's way under. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Some of them are under market a bit.
What's the price?
Oh, price is $659.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, and this is eligible for seller financing. The 12 unit. The 12 units price is 1.4.
Okay.
And the NOI is about 75K.
Still low.
It also has under market rents. There have been in both of these on both of these properties, there are some long-term tenants, and the landlords have, the landlords are not necessarily running a strict business. That they're friends with some of the tenants that are there, and they have some special arrangements.
Okay.
And those could change.
Okay.
So what's the NOI on that one?
On the 12 unit, it's 75K.
It's for $1.2 million.
It's 1.4.
1.4. Okay.
And fully occupied.
This one has one vacancy. It just went vacant on the 12th. So it was 100% occupied until the 12th, and now it just has one vacancy.
Cool. And does he have leases for everybody and deposits and schedule and all that?
Yep, I have copies of all leases on both of these properties.
Okay.
So is this in the Grants Pass area or Medford area? Just curious. I mean, I don't actually have anybody that goes down that far for investors, but
Yeah. So the one of them is in closer to Grants Pass. The other one is closer to Medford.
Okay. Is the bigger one closer to Medford or the smaller one?
The smaller one.
Is closer to Medford. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's as far as I can go on location info.
No, I
Like
get it.
if we sign an NDA, I can divulge lots of information.
Okay. Yeah, send me an email. I got 3 or 4 investors with cash, lots, millions.
Okay.
I got somebody in LA that syndicates, buys 200 units, 300 units at a time. He's got one on the coast. He's trying to buy all up and down the 5. So, see what we can work out.
Cool.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, anything you got. I mean, this is a place to collaborate. And I think with the owner financing, usually just with the owner financing, the down that steep. Do you know the term he's trying to run at it? Like 5-year balloon, 30-year balloon, 15?
It's an escalating interest rate. It starts out at 4% interest only
Okay.
for the first 2 years, and then for years 3 and 4, it goes to 5% principal and interest,
Okay.
and then year 5 to year 10, it's 6% principal and interest, and then a balloon at the end. So yeah, depending on your strategy, and this allows you to get in fairly easily, and some people want to, and you can refinance at a later point so that you could avoid those higher interest payments.
Yep. Cool. And that was the 6 unit, 250 down.
Yep.
Yes.
Got it.
And the SFR?
Yeah. The single family, I have that one. That's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom. And it has, it's priced at 280.
And that's in GP. Grants Pass.
Yeah, that's near Grants Pass.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so one of them is, 2 of them are near Grants Pass and one is near Medford. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
For some reason, I wrote down Klamath.
Oh yeah, it is not. It's not Klamath. Klamath is a bit further away,
Okay.
over the mountain and through the woods.
Yes.
That's a way different market.
Literally.
Oh,
There's been some cheap foreclosure properties in Klamath Falls.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there's some pretty decent prices there, but Klamath is a little different. There's vacation homes, and then there's the local folks who are not, they're blue collar workers.
mm-hmm.
So it's you have to go in there with a particular strategy and know what you're doing.
Cool. So this, usually this is like the kind of stuff that we schedule for the deal deep dive. And so if you'd like to come back on the first Thursday of February, Chad, and tell us more, you're always welcome. Just saying, you could be like the main speaker if you ever want.
I'm open. I'm open to talk.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for sharing this. So, I say hi to everybody. We have Nancy with us, Mike with us, and Willie Ramirez. I don't remember Willie. You guys all want to say hi? Or just listen?
I'll say hi, Grace.
Hi, Nancy.
Trying to find everything here.
So glad to see you again.
Thank you. I finally rejoined today.
Oh, good. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Kitsy, you want to tell us what you're up to? No? Okay, never mind.
I'm unmuting myself here. Actually, I'm doing a little bit of everything right now. I'm licensed real estate broker in both Oregon and Colorado. So, but I've been in Colorado a lot lately. So I'm just kind of, tapping back into this. But so in Colorado, I'm working on a new build right now. And in Oregon, we've always, done the investment property thing, as well as, working with investors and that and
Right.
sales. So I'm just kind of bouncing around right now.
Well, cool. Congrats. I like it.
Thanks. Yeah.
And
Love
Willie Ramirez, I know it's not fair because I'm picking on only the new people. And this is the quietest I've ever seen Jeanette. Hi, Willie.
How you doing?
This your first time, right?
Yeah, this is my first time. I saw a video on TikTok. He's a real estate investor. I think he does wholesaling, and he was saying like, if I want to learn real estate and everything about it, I should join to this program. So this is my first time here.
Nice.
My name is Wilfred Ramirez. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Guatemala, and I'm still learning English. Here's my partner too. We want to learn everything about real estate. We're still in college.
Yes. So my name's Loani Lara. I am 21 years old, and I am also wanting to learn about real estate. I would like to learn more about real estate investing. But yes, definitely something I want to learn for sure.
Nice.
So you guys
Glad to
here
have
in
you.
Oregon? You in Oregon?
Oregon, yes.
Yeah.
Eugene area, Springfield
Great,
area.
great, great. Awesome.
You're in our
Welcome,
backyard.
welcome. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Thank
this meeting is on marketing, and Dan is a marketing mastermind. So we're going to have to give the floor back to him, or he's going to run out of time. Great to meet everyone. Good to
No
see you.
worries, guys. And thanks for sharing that, everybody. All right, let me break this down. So let's talk about video first in terms of promoting your properties, in terms of, just doing some solid advertising and being able to sell it in and out of market. Brad hit me up today and asked me, do you have any, drone pilots or videographers? And I think what everyone needs to understand about video is that there's about 4 different types of assets that you can do with a listing. And for most realtors, you know this, but I might repeat some information that everyone already kind of has down. But every property and will have still photos if you hire a professional photographer. So that's going to be your money shot all the way through kitchen, bath, living room, master, backyard, garage, whatever. And then on top of that might be drone footage, still shots that are in that stack of photos. But video has really kind of taken off, and we've been doing a lot with video, specifically just on every type of listing, from price point, 5 million, 10 million, all the way down to, I think we did video on a property, it was $250,000. So it really, depending on how much marketing budget you have per listing or for investment property, I really think if you go all out in terms of marketing your property and your finished product, or attracting people to your rentals, having video and dynamic multimedia is really what attracts people these days. And also gives you the ability to promote those things on social media, Instagram, Facebook. So I just wanted to show you guys some examples of some video and different assets that you can use in your business from a video perspective, and then we'll scoot over to Loom. So this is a property that one of my clients has. I think it's pending right now. That's at $2,975,000. So you can see that they have all the still shots, professionally shot, good color, good lighting. I can't stress enough with your video, just making sure that your properties are, if they're not staged, they're clean and bright, not shooting photography on like the rainiest day of the year. And making sure all lights are on, having good angles, and really just taking the perspective of, how is somebody going to view this property if they walk through it? And so still photography is not new, but, if you have stuff that you've done to a property, new appliances, new addition, smart controls, get pictures of all of that. Grown faucets, or, an expensive toilet that, goes up and down with the button, get a picture of that. People want to see that stuff and really want to be able to showcase and feel the house from a picture standpoint. The second thing I wanted to show you is Matterport. So we do a lot of Matterport for our clients in terms of being able to walk around the property. So let me.
Hey, Dan, I'm not sure if you know this, but we're just looking at a shower.
Oh my God. All right, hold on. Stop share. Why is it doing this? Screen share. Now it should work. Tell me if it's moving.
Not yet, it's black.
What? 1 second.
Okay.
Now are you seeing it move?
No.
Why is it doing that? Where
Are you
in
showing a
Zoom?
video?
I'm showing Matterport.
Just a screenshot
No.
of a website?
Can you see it now?
No.
Yeah.
No.
What the heck? It's Zoom.
Is there
Okay.
sound to it too?
No, it's just a virtual tour. What are you guys seeing right now?
All
There
right.
it started. There it's on.
Okay.
And you
So
call
this-
this Matterport, or is that a style?
This is Matterport. So let me go back to these. So well, the cool thing about Matterport,
Okay.
I really suggest this for people who are selling highly demanded 250 to 450 properties. Why? You got cash buyers that are not only investors that will hold those in the investment properties that are out of state, but also buyers that are busy, doctors, nurses, people who want to see the property but don't have the time to get there. They want their agent to write an offer. This is Matterport. It's like you're floating around. You can literally like go behind the bar, look at their wine, look at their liquor. And there's these little circles where it's like little standing areas where they've set the machine up. So I just wanted to show you guys Matterport is pretty rad. Let me go down. I mean, you can go down, but I got to show you guys this. It's pretty cool. This is the workout room. This is the master, one of the masters. And then you can go outside, which is pretty rad. So just wanted to show everybody Matterport because it's probably one of the coolest things that you can do for your listings. And I think if it's priced accordingly, or you know you're going to get a lot of action, then it's worth the time and the money. Video. So we call these like the virtual slideshows. Pretty much will. The cool thing about this is they always show like what's around there, like what schools, what shopping, what restaurants, and give you kind of a view of what you're going to see if you're going to spend $3 million. So that's what I wanted to show you. The last part of this that's super important is if you have a Matterport done, it'll do a floor plan for you. So
Is that 3D I sent you the other day, right?
yes. No, that's not what you sent me. Same concept, but no, not the same company. And so if you get Matterport, it will do 2 floor plans based upon what level it's on. And these are super rad to have, especially if it's a more higher price listing. If somebody's looking to just see the dimensions. So I just wanted to show you guys Matterport video, and then there's drone, obviously, that was within that specific listing. But what else I wanted to show you? I wanted to show you also if you're selling land as even a developer, just to give you some context, this is 1.6 million. And this is these shaded over boxes is the coolest thing about this because it allows you to kind of get focal point and then drawing out the dimensions of the subject property, giving the footage or frontage, showing where the easements are, showing where any utilities are going to be run, and having a multiple like on ground, right, left, east, west, complete overhead shot, and being able to really sell your land by not just being what I see in Oregon, which is this is the photo you'll get right here. I have land for sale. It's $600,000 and it's a picture of a steak. And that just doesn't sell your land. It doesn't help the developer. Make it as easy as possible for your developer. So hire a drone pilot. They got to be able to visualize what they can build here. And even stuff like this, you don't think it's that important, but literally putting this together in 45 minutes is the difference between getting an offer and not getting an offer. They're going to glaze right over it, and they can't conceptualize what they can build in that area. So it's not so much video here, but it's more about the visual presentation of how you take photography and turn it into a sellable presentation. And also always include in here what's zoned. And so it just gives you some little bit more due diligence on this. Next thing I want to show you is the most expensive flip you've ever seen. This is just for shits and giggles. This is $3,498,000. And I will show you this flip because I thought this would be interesting to bring up today's meeting. This property is in Los Altos, where Steve Jobs grew up, right next to it. And as you can see, it needs a new roof. It's a classic ranch home, probably $400,000 or $500,000 in Eugene, maybe at most. And this is the house. Kitchens, everything's dated. This is like 1970. And I wanted to show you that like nothing has been updated and they're asking this much money. And it gets better.
Asking?
3.5 million.
And you, okay, this is near where Steve Jobs, what did you say?
Basically grew up.
Okay.
Los Altos.
Okay.
Silicon Valley area?
Yep.
Oh, LA, yeah.
This is I thought it was a tennis court. I'm not really sure. It's basically a big pile of cement, some bricks. But here's what I wanted to show you guys.
Nice.
An empty pool for 3.5 million. So if you got a skateboard and you want to have some fun, here you go.
Get rid of the bricks.
So I can just show you that this property is pending now. Investor will buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a little bit of funny context to kind of really show you what's going on in the flipper world. But let's move over to Loom. So Loom, if you're not using this in your real estate business, I highly suggest. There's many different services like BombBomb if you want to send messages in your CRM, which I can show you that as well. But I wanted to show you Loom first. Let's see. 1 second. Lead engine. Where is it? Marketing autopilot. Why is this so hard? No. Okay. We'll go to that in a second. So with Loom, Loom is a free service. So I'm not showing you something that costs $1 million. You can upgrade for like 10 bucks or 12 bucks a month if you want a bunch of the different features. But what Loom allows you to do is shoot video. Good morning, everybody, or good day. That is in this format. So you can screen share a video, and then you can put a little picture of yourself. You can put your full picture like Zoom if you want. But the cool thing about this is it's like YouTube almost, where you can write comments, put in your contact information, and then you can actually give it a headline. So say you're gonna discuss an offer with a customer, or you want to show them how to use DocuSign. You can literally pull up DocuSign, shoot a screen share with this, send a title like this is how you DocuSign, and then you can come over here to the copy public link, and or you can use an embed or linked GIF, which is they're going to see this little picture in their email with a play sign. And literally you can send emails that are video messages without having to pay a huge subscription to BombBomb or any other type of company that essentially wants to charge you a bunch of money for something that's super easy. Now, the reason this saves you a bunch of money or time is that if you're going to shoot these videos on your phone, then you have to copy them into an email. You can't title them. You can't track when somebody watches them. and you can't put filler body copy or additional resources in there. So say you're going to reach out to a seller off market and you want to present your offer, you know, why you want to use owner financing, the benefits to that, you know, what your price is, what contingencies you're going to use. And imagine putting that in a phone conversation, or imagine putting that in an email. It's not going to resonate with the seller. When you put your face in front of the seller and they can see your emotion, they can see your passion, they can see your expertise, they can see that you're a real person offering real money for a property, it definitely increases your probability to close. As well as being able to walk through different specific parts of the transaction, and or using this in your marketing on social media. You can shoot a video and attract customers to you. And the cool thing about it is it has analytics. It shows you who's watched the video, how many plays it has. So all that information is kind of housed up here in this like view, and it'll come up anonymous. But if you've only sent this to one person, the seller, and you haven't watched it, you're going to know who's watched it. So I just try to show everybody that you can do some trimming on it. You can do, you know, you can do a little bit of video editing. You can create a thumbnail for it now. So you can put a logo of some sort or a picture of the house. But the cool thing about this is that you can text these. You can't text them with inside of Loom, but you can copy the public link and then shoot that out via text. And in our real estate business, as well investment business, as well as technology company, I literally only send Loom videos now. Like I'll send 2 or 3 sentences of text and then like watch my video. And that's how we communicate with most of our customers. Client support requests, prospective clients coming in, problem clients that are going to cancel, technical problems, vendors and integrating things that we want to work with, sending reviews after demos. So the possibilities are endless, both on the residential or commercial real estate side, as well as investments. But the coolest thing about this is that if you have a big CRM and you want to say like happy birthday or catch up with your sphere of influence, this is a way of integrating a really cheap free tool by copying and pasting versus paying for a service to be integrated. And what I was trying to show you was inside of KV Core, my CRM, I have, I have some different things I can do. I can drop voicemails, make calls, set up behavior automation or AI, send out birthday anniversaries. So when you're setting up your CRM, if you had a customer who gave you your birthday, you could shoot a happy birthday Loom video and literally just schedule it to send a general video. It's like, happy birthday. Don't you say their name, and you can use it for every single person's birthday. And we've had to integrate some of this technology in both the residential real estate side, as well as the investment. So I just wanted to show you that, because most of these services that you can use video with, which is going to be, excuse me, Sean, back up, stop annoying me. Where's this at? Core Video, powered by BombBomb. This costs I think it costs $20 or $30 a month plus a Zapier integration, which is $10. So you're spending $30 to $40 a month just to send out video. Yes, you get a little bit more insight. Yes, it's native within the system, but the reason we've kind of came back to Loom, and I'm on a premium count, our whole company's using it, is that it allows us to be really specific in what we present to our customers. And I want to say that when you're trying to explain very complex contracts, or you're trying to show different tools that you're using in your business, the presentation of that is very important. I've even sent this out with an offer on an investment property. Just like, hey, getting to know who we are. This is who we are. Greetings, yada, yada, yada. And the response rate is way higher. So instead of sending out phone calls or texts all the time, integrating video from that perspective is like night and day difference. And you can use it in any business. It doesn't matter if it's insurance, doesn't matter if it's an auto mechanic that's saying like, hey, your car's ready. Just let you know, like I checked your cabin air filter. You can probably wait 6 months, but I put it on your maintenance list. And, I just wanted to give you a rundown on what we found. Boom. And these links can be saved in a CRM's customer profile. The possibilities are endless. And with using Loom, if you upgrade to the premium, you can save like thousands of videos. So it's not like you're going to run out of space. What else was I going to say? Using this versus using Vimeo or YouTube. If you wanted to use Vimeo or YouTube, you'd have to unlist all your videos and not make them public facing, or all these random videos with personal information and confidential, like basically you're going to be too front facing to the client and you have to always leave them unlisted. So this is kind of moved in that gap and how Ed and I run a lot of our messaging. So from a perspective of marketing and why this is super important is that in the day of COVID and people don't want you to door knock or, get up in their space, this is a way of getting up in their space, but doing it in a way it's digital. And if you get text permission, like, hey, is it cool if I just shoot you a quick text? I'll kind of go over what's going on. And it's specific to that type of customer. You could make 50 to 100 phone calls to random people and have useless conversations with maybe 5 or 10 and maybe have one good conversation. Or you could call like 15 people and shoot 15 quick videos. And I guarantee you those people are going to save your contact information and your conversion rate is going to be way higher. So I just really stress in using this technology in a way of any way in your business, prospecting, client follow-up, past client, re-engagement, all of those things. Now, in all of this, you have to have the right equipment. So you either need to have a laptop that has video capability, or you need to download the Loom mobile app and shoot it on your phone, which is totally all right. It's just a little bit harder to maneuver. And how do you get that out and put that back in and into your CRM? So yeah, I think everybody should try this out. And the last thing I was really going to say about Loom is that you can create specific videos that are not client specific, but material specific. So say you have, when a lead comes in, a video of Grace goes out and she's like, hey, this is Grace. Great to meet you. It looks like you filled out my contact form. I'll be in touch with you under the next 24 hours. If you'd like to send me more information about your property, please send an email below or click the Calendly link to schedule an appointment. And now you have engagement with that person immediately. They see a face to the company and it's not 15 carrot sites that all look the same and everyone doesn't know who owns what business. So yeah, that's what I wanted to really share tonight in terms of Loom and using it in your business. Any questions?
When are you going to be down to show me how to do this?
You live 1 minute from my house, so we'll talk about it on Tuesday.
I need a lot of instruction.
We'll talk about it on next Tuesday.
Okay.
For sure.
Tomorrow, yeah, that's next Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, next Tuesday, I think we have a call.
Yep.
Jeanette, in your insurance business.
Yes.
When you sent out
I've
those.
been using Loom or Boom. Shoot. It's late. I can't speak. Yeah, I've made quite a few videos actually with it. It's pretty easy. I don't like my videos, but that's me.
I love it.
I've never liked being in front of a camera. So
Yeah, I think we all have some sort of aversion, unless we're Brad Pitt, to being in front of the camera. But it takes some practice, right? Any questions on just video in general and like budgeting it? How much does it cost? Like if I was going to do it for my flip, like what should I expect?
Yeah, I put one in the chat so far.
Let me look. Let me stop.
But yeah, all that kind of stuff. How much does it cost? I said, what is the investment?
Yes. So typically video
Grace,
and
Mike Nordvit is doing drones now, I think.
Who?
Mike Norbit.
Mike Nordvit at Greeters. He's doing videos now, professional videos. Mike Nordvit,
Okay.
the
Drone.
Life Slice Photography.
So I haven't met him.
Ah, yeah, check with him. I know
Put
he's
his name
doing
in chat.
videos.
Put it in
Okay.
chat, would you?
Typically like a photographer in this area, depending on who you know. I mean, it really depends on who you know, but anywhere between 250 and 500 a house. Even up to 750 for a house if it's a bigger house. Some do it by per square footage. Some do it by how long they're going to be there.
Did
And
I
then when
spell
you
it right?
Yeah, when you add drone, it typically is like another 250 to 350, somewhere in there. I haven't done tons in this exact area, but
I know.
yeah.
Thanks, Jeanette.
And on that,
I'm not sure I spelled his last name right, but he was just talking about videos.
My link didn't work for Friday's greeters. I thought maybe they changed it and I didn't get it or something, but
They did. I'll
enough
send you the
about
new
me.
one. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
interrupting Dan, but yeah, I'll send it.
No worries. No worries.
Okay.
And then in terms of Matterport, that's going to run you probably, it really depends on market, but pictures on like what I showed you on the multi-million-dollar property, anywhere between $2,000 and $3,000. But
Right.
if you kind of look at those types of assets, like it's not going to pencil for this area unless the house is 750 plus. But let me reiterate this: paying $1,500 to $2,000 for still photos, drone video, a lifestyle video, Matterport, and a virtual tour link. All of those things can be plopped into your listing marketing kit, so that when you go on a listing, you essentially now have the assets to show this is the things you're going to expect when I list your home. And I really want to let everybody know that is because you just pay for it once, it doesn't just fizzle out and disappear. We upload those with our company on all of our agents' YouTube accounts by the address and all the information. And now they can flip open their laptop in a listing presentation and say, look, this is all the badass marketing I do. Oh, here, I'm going to put your property on YouTube, which also SEOs. So if people are searching your address by Google searching, they're going to find the virtual tour if they're not looking on the MLS or Zillow or Redfin. And I'm going to be able to archive all of these listing videos. So it doesn't matter if you're a real estate agent or if you're an investor and you want to document your journey or your rehab project, your before and afters. Really, the number one hire I hear right now from people who are successful as investors is not an assistant, is not an operations manager, is not a marketing manager. It's literally a video and photographer, content person who goes with them everywhere. That's what all of the big investors are hiring. And they're basically building out YouTube channels, building out Instagram content, documenting their journey, being able to create a big portfolio of what they do. And it's not just to show off. It's not just to sell coaching or training. Some do. I don't agree with it, but a lot of it is to attract cash and more clients and more syndication. And so as you're an investor and you're just going along 1 to 2Z, 3Z project, which is no problem. Like you choose your own capacity and what you want to work at. But if you're really trying to scale an investment business, the number one thing you need is not inventory, it's capital. Capital buys inventory. You can go find inventory when you have tons of capital. And so a lot of the bigger investors are documenting what they're doing basically to show bigger, more liquid investors that they have the capabilities of managing, doing value add, doing projects, development, tear down, lot splits, whatever it is. And that's what that's what attracts a lot of those customers, or that's what attracts a lot of the money to the investors. And that's why they're doing it, or to sell training or coaching. And there's just too much of that. So it doesn't matter if you're a wholesaler, real estate investor, multifamily person, developer, builder. One of the number one things I can say is like, if you can't afford for somebody to do it, go buy an iPhone 12 Pro Max, go buy a gimbal, go buy a ring light, go buy a tripod with a condenser mic and create your own stuff. And that's basically what's right behind me in my office. So any other questions?
Oh, I'm
sorry. I had a question about any recommendations for CRM platforms, kind of beginner friendly, not too expensive to kind of start with.
Yeah, definitely. Real estate side or investment side?
I don't know. I'd say anything for like lead tracking, but if it had a strength in the real estate side, that would be a bonus for sure.
Follow Up Boss is $60 or $70 a month. So let me go back up. Lion's Desk, if you want cheap and functionality, probably the best cheap CRM is Lion Desk. The second tier of that is if you want integrations and you want a real clean, robust system that doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. It's just clean CRM, doesn't bring you IDX websites or anything like that. Contactually, which Brad was using or still using, Follow Up Boss, those two. I'm friends with Dan Corkle, the CEO. Those are really good. Then I would say Chime is probably one more step up. It's not cheap. It's like $200 a month, somewhere in there. But Chime, Boomtown, Top Producer is pretty old, but Chime, Boomtown, Sierra Interactive, and then KV Core. I would not suggest for anybody unless you have a lot of money. That's what I use. And I don't use it because I have a lot of money. Just my broker provides it. But KV Core is probably the most craziest in terms of intelligence. Like if a lead comes in, it'll literally like text them, call them, nurture them. If they open something, I find out on my phone immediately. So,
I think contractually it costs like $99.95 is what I pay a month or something for that. That's not right.
It's somewhere. There's a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple different ones that are in that realm. But yeah, hope that answers your question.
I use my new one is REI Black Book, and it's $149 a month. But it's not easy, but it has great help desk. You always get help individually. And I'm thinking they're using that Zoom or Loom video because it's always like, hi, Grace. Oh, great question. Let me show you how to do this, in the next few minutes.
No,
it's like, cool, thanks.
Yeah, we're using KV Core for both investment side and realtor side just because we get it for free. But eventually we'll be transitioning to Beast Mode CRM.
Beast Mode.
Yeah, and that's just a Podio. That's a custom Podio setup for real estate investing that integrates with CallRail, and It integrates with Carrot and all the rest of those companies, but you don't really need it.
I assume it's probably not like a budget priced product into the market, probably.
It's not. It's like I think it's $200 a month, which is not too bad if you're closing deals on it. I mean, let's be honest, one deal a year pretty much wipes away all the cost of most of these products. And in real estate, I think that you got to sell one deal a year just to keep your license active, in context of like how much in fees and realtor stuff you got going on. But I mean, if you don't have one, it's best to start doing it. And if you're gonna do this, just not to talk all over the place, but real quick, if you're gonna use a CRM, first get an app on your phone to extract all your iPhone contacts and put them in a folder on your desktop or laptop. Then go into your Gmail and download all of your contacts. And if you've been lazy like I was and don't have anybody as contacts, you can download most interacted with or anybody you've ever sent an email to. And you can take those lists, and I sent them to a guy on Fiverr in like Cambodia, and he scrubbed them, deduped them, and then sent them back to me. And so basically I extracted everybody off my phone, everyone out of my Gmails, all my Gmail accounts. And then I set the SOI, sphere of influence, which is basically your phone and all your friends, families, and colleagues. And then I took past clients and I put them in another bucket. And then now anything that comes into KV Core is either somebody who like I engaged with or is somebody that I'm interested in doing business with. And like Chad that just put his contact information, I'll put him into KV Core, and then I'll tag him wholesaler, grants pass, multifamily, and then keep in touch with them. So it's really about just setting up those systems, because data is super important when it comes to this. As soon as you start prospecting and doing those things, you got to keep it separate. And I use Mojo Dialer to call people. So.
That's very interesting about scrubbing your contacts and sending it to a VA to scrub it. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get your contacts and download it and get it ranked in a CVS file, or is it CSV? I never can remember.
CSV.
And then rank it by how often you communicate with them, huh?
Yep. And then if you send out direct mail, any return envelopes I get, they go into a pile, and then they get scanned. They get scanned through my scanner, sent to my VA, and my VA removes them from the list or re-skips them using another skip tracing, and then puts them back on the list. And so I keep trying to contact the lead until it's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So that system was a little bit harder to set up, and it took me like 3 weeks to teach the VA what I was supposed to do. So, but yeah, hire VAs. That's the last thing I was going to say. I spend about $120 a month in VAs, and they work 40 hours a week for me.
Wow.
So yeah. And Loom is how I train them.
Man,
So,
you're the man. You're the man, Dan. Wow. Hey, repeat what you said for to get started with video. Go out and buy yourself an iPhone 12. A gimbal. What's a gimbal?
You gotta. There's like 5 things you need to start video. One is the video maker, which is the phone.
Okay.
And just go get an iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's the bigger phone. It has the most, it's either GoPro or it's a Canon or it's a professional camera. But the problem with the professional camera is you can't utilize texting, calling from it. So the iPhone 12 Pro Max is probably the best. So upgrade if you can. I think that's what I had Jeanette do when she was looking to get into video. The second thing you need is you need a tripod or a gimbal or a combination of the both. A gimbal that is a tripod.
What is
a gimbal? Is like a selfie. A gimbal is a selfie stick. It's like a stabilizer. So if you need to shoot a property walk.
I'm trying to show her. I've got mine right
Yep.
there.
Yep. That's
You
that's
see
a
it?
Yeah.
that's a tripod gimbal basically.
Yeah, it keeps the camera like constantly level, and like even though you move around,
Yeah.
it keeps a steadier shot,
Yep.
fluid.
Wow.
And then there's a couple other things. I'll just grab them real quick.
And the gimbal comes with a light too, Grace.
Yep.
With the ring light?
This is a mic.
Yeah, mine's got this little round light.
This is a mic that's attached to a tripod.
Okay.
And so it's like a studio professional mic so that you can
Yeah.
shoot it. You can basically set up the tripod. And then I also have a ring light with 2 colors, like a 24-inch on a tripod.
Yeah, the fuzzy cover is nice because it blocks out wind and a lot of the other like artifacts, and the sound makes it sound more professional by far, and it's not expensive.
Yep.
So those.
And then last but not least is there's this little thing that I got, which is obviously not going to let me show you, but is the iPhone 12 Pro Max metal harness. So you can pretty much attach it to any type of tripod. Basically anything. Car. But and then once you shoot that video, always shoot horizontal, not vertical. Then it'll allow you to upload it to YouTube or Vimeo and not have black around the sides. Yes, thank you.
Like a
and then-
TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think it's in a power pack, like those things. But Brad has, I think, a listing that's going to come up, and I told him, like, let me just bring my tripod out there for your commercial listing and like stand out in front of it and talk about it. And we'll shoot a video and then we'll drop it onto Facebook and get it out there. So, most of the stuff is super simple. You like with, other than the iPhone, like a couple $100 and you're in the game. And then you just start documenting what you're doing. Start creating a game plan on really trying to create that value for people that is actually going to resonate with them. And there's a lot of garbage out there. I'm not trying to tell everybody to, waste a bunch of time on video. But when you're trying to get into investing, like look at your biggest mentors or your people that you want to do business with, and guarantee you they have an Instagram page and they're shooting video all the time. And I think that's one thing that everybody really needs to see. Any other questions?
And quick question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is back to your VA, not to derail too much from marketing, but it kind of, is an assistant to your process. But are you finding your VA through like Freelancer or Upwork or like a different source?
At this status, I'm finding them on Craigslist in Manila.
Wow.
Or other places like that.
Okay.
I have like I call her Mama-san, which is the worst word ever, but that's what she likes to be called. She basically, I have a lady there who runs all of our VAs. And then like when I need another VA, like I need a content writer right now, I'm like, go find me a content writer that knows SEO. And she'll put an ad out on Craigslist, like filter them. And so basically I have an HR person in the Philippines. And then just growing a team. I like to hire 2 at a time. So if one of them fails, then the other one typically can cover. And monsoon season or any type of like natural disaster or internet, you're going to just expect those problems. They happen. But yeah, I think that's the best way to.
Thanks. Yeah, I was wondering how you were finding such a good rate because I don't remember seeing rates quite like that through Upwork or Freelancer.
You got to eliminate the middleman.
Yeah, it's a good tip.
That's the main thing. yeah, that's kind of how I do it. I've been doing it for years though. So it's, you know, it's just a matter of time of trying to find somebody that I can trust.
The other thing is he makes it sound really easy and it's not.
It's easy. You got to, nothing is easy until you do it. Right. But in all of this, I'll preface, I got really lucky because the girl I hired was a skip tracer. So she does skip tracing on the side for me. She worked for a bank in California who dealt with bankruptcy and debt collection. So I got lucky there. But yeah, any other questions about it, you know, you can shoot me an email. We can jump on a quick call and talk through it. But you got to create systems in your business and the scalability of your marketing and follow up. And then interjecting video is probably the smartest thing that I've done. When I send offers now, like I'm about to send an offer for investment property, I'll have my clients shoot a video and a small letter. So not just a client letter anymore. It's a client letter with a video. Like, hey, we want your house. This is our family. These are our 2 kids. Yada, yada, yada. We want to buy this property, live in it a few years, and then move on with another investment property and house hack it. So I've been doing a lot of different stuff. Any other questions? And it can be not related to video, but time's a ticking.
That was really good. And I think it was inspirational, even though it's a lot of hard work, I think, in ways to get this kind of stuff that I don't know anybody that I compete with that's using it, you know, that much, you know. So
most of the bigger wholesalers like Property Max and all those bigger companies, they got systems like this. But it is what it is.
yeah, but they're not sending me out, hey, a video. They're sending me out a Google sheet, you know, link to a Google sheet. They're not sending me, hey, Grace, do you want to check this out on Tuesday at 10? You know, or whatever.
They're not.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes you kind of stand out and trying to get in front of people. When a lead comes in, you know, with our real estate team, and we're just getting stuff set up, but when a lead comes in, like I immediately shoot a video.
Really?
Like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I can do for you. It's like you're interested in this. And a lot of this is, I don't know if anybody knows, there's a new social media app called Clubhouse. And I jump on there. Clubhouse is invite only. You got to have an iPhone to be able to get into it. So if you have an Android or Samsung, sorry. There's rooms about real estate investing. And some of the biggest people, I've been in rooms with like Gary Vee. I've been in rooms with some of Grant Cardone, asked him questions. So Clubhouse is where I get a lot of these like innovative marketing, obviously because I work in the industry and real estate technology, but I get a lot of these like follow-up sequences and cool stuff to do from a lot of top agents and just being friends with a lot of the biggest agents in the country. So I try to pick their brain because they're getting coached by bigger people than I am, and I don't want to pay for it. So that's where I get a lot of my free insights. But yeah, I think that was it in terms of video. But yeah.
Thank you.
Jazz hands, everybody. Woo.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming. And thank you, Chad, for going over those deals earlier on in the session.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, thanks for sharing. I learned some things.
Good. Yeah, anything they can, you know, we're all in the same markets and same stuff, but there's plenty of business to go around. That's what I always tell everybody. You only need to know 100 people to do 100 deals. Tell yourself that every day.
Yeah,
So,
you know, we want to take the big boys down, us little guys. So let's get it going, all of us.
yeah, we got hedge funds buying properties in town.
Yeah.
So,
Oh boy. I had a quick question. Wondering if anybody had any experience with like Deal Machine or anything like that, just for like when you're driving around and see something, and I guess it can send out like a postcard or whatever, like kind of right through the interface.
I used it for 6 months.
Impressions.
Postcard, direct mail sucked. Response rate was low. If you okay, I'll just be very blunt here. If you lived in Minneapolis or Chicago or Atlanta, where you had large swaths of lower to middle class property prices, it would be effective. Just because of the sheer volume, the volume of people who are in distressed situations. But in UG, Springfield, even Portland, like Seattle, like the best conversion rate on Deal Machine is going to be done in an area where you can get like route density, and you can like scrub as many properties as you can. Like, oh man, there's some needles in the haystack here. My buddy uses it in Cincinnati, and there's a lot of, you know, $25,000 to $100,000 homes. Just, he crushes on it. But we used it for 6 months. I turned around and hired, I have 2 kids that Ed's son, and I have an intern from U of O who drives for dollars for me, and they look for very specific properties, and we created our own database basically. Allows us to have, we have an actual picture of the house in the database, like as of last week. So it gives us some context when we market.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of stuff with my job where I see like a lot of ugly properties that, you know, might have potential for somebody that, you know, isn't keeping up with the house or doesn't care or has some problems or who knows what's going on. But it looks like potential. I'm just looking for something that might streamline my ability once I've accumulated my list to start actually trying to skip trace and actually get a hold of them and, you know, move things forward. But right now I'm just kind of collecting them in my own database and getting ready to start to, you know, do the mass.
And where we are in the
the
market is going to depend on the activity, even skip tracing to call that conversation. When the market's super hot and there's low inventory and people have nowhere to go. So you got to catch them on upswing markets and downswing markets when people are panicking and there are places to rent and there's places to go. But right now, when like their exit means there is no place to go, there is no cheaper real estate unless you want to live in a mobile home. It's just hard in this market, to be very honest. So it's not to say that's impossible, but that's why most of us flippers and investors here, I mean, we're doing 3 to 6 projects a year. The inventory is just not here. So
I'm seeing some that look like they're vacant, like nobody's there. So
you can find those out from the city if they're condemned.
Is that through the city or through Lane County?
Depends if it's annexed in the city or out of the city. There's a list of condemned properties, I believe.
Okay.
If no one's paid their taxes, just start there.
Yeah, I know the assessors look that one up.
But the crazy thing about Oregon is that people just cannot pay their taxes. So if you just target like tax defaults, it doesn't mean you're going to get any deals because people just don't pay their taxes until they're forced to sell. In other states, like you can only go like 2 or 3 years and then they'll like literally repo your house. So, but yep.
Appreciate the info.
Yeah. Anybody else before we jump off?
I'm going to send you a link, Jens, for a special training that's free that's coming up in a couple of weeks that might help you out. Okay.
Thank you very much. Appreciate any help.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. Okay. Awesome, Dan. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate the best marketing mastermind in Zoom. And tonight, featured presentation was on Loom.
Yeah, and if you have any properties you guys can't convert, send them to me or Brad or any of the other agents, and we'll list them for you.
Awesome. Can't wait. Yeah, so I'm going to have to get with Brad just to go by and see it. I wonder if he would want to show it for the members only mystery meeting next Wednesday night as the after, because we saw it in the before situation. Like it was like our second meeting after COVID broke up a little bit. Our second, yeah. So it would have been, I don't know.
One on Game Farm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
He may be open to it.
There's
Yeah.
a big hole in the backyard.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a great job. It's
Yeah.
good. It's a nice house. It's gonna sell very quickly.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it's
Cannot.
probably gonna be pending tomorrow, so it'll
Yeah.
all depend on what him and his agent want to do.
Yeah, that'll all
Yeah.
depend on that, right? I understand. Okay. Well, it's great to see everybody here. Great to have you back, Kitsy. Great to have you show up, Chad, and hear your stuff that you got going on. That's super exciting. Willie, and I forgot your partner's name. Super glad to have you, and I'm so glad you introduced yourselves. And Mike and Gail, who said nothing, and we didn't pick on you tonight. Feeling good about that? And Brad and Jens and Nancy, so glad that you rejoined. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dan.
Thank
All
you
right,
guys.
everybody
Appreciate
go
it.
to
Thanks, Dan.
Dan's website or whatever and give him a good review.
Go to my go to my don't go to my Google. We'll do this later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.